I opened up Twitter the other day and was confronted with this from a fellow psychiatrist, that we should make psychiatry great again and bring back pill shaming. I damn near vomited all over my desk. This is the latest in a series of anti-medication messaging that pervades conversations daily in the mental health sphere. The societal stigma around psychiatric medication can morph into a monstrous hurdle for those who genuinely need it. Pill shaming can deter individuals from seeking help, adhering to treatment plans, and can even exacerbate the challenges they face, spiraling into a darker abyss of mental health struggles. And when it comes to addressing this issue and standing up against pill shaming, people are called pharma whores, and in some cases have even received death threats. And who ultimately suffers? The people who truly need that help. And who am I to talk about this issue? My name is Dr. Sulman Aziz Mirza, triple board certified in adult psychiatry, child adolescent psychiatry, and addiction medicine, and I'm someone who has seen firsthand the damage pill shaming can cause. So stick around and we're going to see why the real killers are the pill shamers. So what exactly is pill shaming? In essence, it's the act of demeaning or mocking individuals for taking psychiatric medications as part of their treatment plan. It's a dismissive gesture, often stemming from a lack of understanding or outright ignorance about mental health disorders and the role of medication in managing them. But why is this ignorance so prevalent? Let's cosplay as Marty McFly and go back in time to find out. Society has never been kind to those struggling with mental health issues. Historically, mental health has been shrouded in mystery, fear, and stigma. It wasn't until the late 19th and early 20th centuries that we began to see mental health in a new light, moving away from the shadows of superstition and into the realm of medical science. This shift was monumental, and it set the stage for the development of things like psychiatric medications, a breakthrough that revolutionized mental health care. As these psychiatric medications evolved, so did their ability to provide relief to millions suffering from mental health disorders. The advent of medications like antidepressants and antipsychotics brought hope to countless individuals, offering them a chance at a quality of life they may have not have had before. For example, when the antipsychotic clozapine was pulled from research due to the concerns of agranulocytosis, a serious adverse effect, there was an enormous cry from patients and their families who had done well on it to bring it back, which ultimately led to its FDA approval and guidelines for treatment. However, despite the advances in psychiatric medication, why does the ghost of stigma still haunt the halls of mental health discussions? The crux of the matter lies in perception. The lens through which we view mental health and psychiatric medications is often clouded by these misconceptions, outdated beliefs, and a lack of education. We see this not only in society, but within medicine itself. The result? A culture of pill shaming that adds an extra layer of burden on those already grappling with mental health challenges. Understanding the historical journey of psychiatric treatment and the evolution of societal attitudes towards mental health is crucial in understanding and addressing the problem of pill shaming. It helps us see the bigger picture and identifies where the seeds of stigma were sowed. Now, how does the historical backdrop of pill shaming intersect with the present reality? And what are the ripple effects of this stigmatization on the individuals and the larger community? Diving deeper into the pit of pill shaming reveals some disturbing numbers. A 2016 Czech study underlines a robust link between self-stigma and adherence to treatment, whereby individuals enveloped in self-stigma are prone to stopping their medications without professional advice, and this occurs across all psychiatric diagnoses. This stigma shows up as a moral judgment on psychiatric medications and treatment, casting a long, sinister shadow on medication adherence. The ripple effect? In patients prescribed antipsychotics, nearly half of the patients stopped treatment on their own, with over 30% citing pill shaming as the reason that they stopped. But the stigma doesn't end with the medications. No, the stigma has been found to often turn inwards, towards oneself. The narrative that taking medication for mental health issues is seen as a moral failing contributes to the stigma around mental health treatment. This perspective often goes hand in hand with medication adherence, wherein the stigma discourages individuals from following their treatment plans. And what do we see as a result of this? Skyrocketing rates of substance misuse, high rates of being unhoused or incarcerated, and lastly, earlier deaths. And guess what this does? It just adds fuel to the fire that is societal stigma towards those living with serious mental illness. The societal judgment and professional backlash from pill shaming makes the gap between struggling individuals and the life-changing help from medications even wider. The negativity from pill shaming spreads through social attitudes, feeding the ignorance and wrong ideas. leaving behind a long trail of untreated psychiatric disorders, broken dreams, and lives stuck under the heavy weight of stigma. But how does this cloud of stigma around psychiatric medications affect not just individuals, but our society as a whole? And what can we all do to show the real, helpful side of mental health treatment and psychiatric medications? When we talk about medications, we often see a glaring difference in how psychiatric medications are perceived compared to those prescribed for physical ailments. Think about it. When someone takes insulin for diabetes or medication for high blood pressure, it's usually met with understanding, even support. Yet when it comes to psychiatric medications, the narrative shifts. Suddenly there's judgment, a whisper of weakness. This disparity isn't just unfair, it's harmful. It's a chasm that we need to bridge to foster a healthier dialogue around mental health. But how do we advocate for an equal perception of psychiatric and other medical treatments? The answer lies in education. By shedding light on the realities of mental health disorders and the crucial role psychiatric medications can play in helping with them, we can hopefully begin to erase the stigma. Education empowers us with the knowledge to challenge misconceptions, to advocate for ourselves and others, and to pursue the treatment necessary for our own well-being. We also need to build supportive communities, spaces where individuals feel safe discussing their mental health without fear of judgment. The road to eradicating pill shaming is a collective effort. It begins with fostering awareness, advocating for equal perception, and nurturing supportive environments for discussions. It requires us to stand up against the tide of stigma, to challenge the status quo, and to champion a new narrative around mental health. It's one reason that I won't stop calling out pill shaming online and supporting those who do the same. I discussed this in Combating Other Health Misinformation with Dr. Jonathan Stay, one of my favorite podcasts that I've done, so make sure to check that out via the card above. Trust me, there's so much negative energy out there, and unfortunately, the most vulnerable are the ones who suffer the most. One thing that we have to do is acknowledge the potential we all hold in rewriting the narrative around psychiatric treatment and stopping pill shaming. Each conversation we engage in, every myth we debunk, and every supportive community we build chips away at the monstrous wall of stigma that stands tall between countless individuals and the help they so desperately need. It's a collective journey laden with empathy, understanding, and the strong spirit of humanity. Now, it's your turn to make a ripple in this vast ocean of change. Engage in discussions around mental health, share your own experiences or the stories of those you know, and advocate for a more compassionate and informed approach towards psychiatric treatment. And remember, every voice counts, every story matters, and every step, no matter how small, propels us forward on the path of fostering a world free from the shackles of pill shaming. As we wrap up, let's keep the conversation going. Share this video with those you care about, comment with your thoughts and experiences, and let's continue this essential discussion. Together, we can and we will dismantle the barriers of stigma, one conversation at a time. And remember, you're never alone on this journey. Reach out, speak up, and let the waves of change begin with you. Until next time, be well.